All right, welcome to Angels Don't Lie. I'm super excited and I'm just beyond thrilled to welcome MaryAnn DiMarco
Hi.
to Angels Don't Lie. So MaryAnn, I'm not gonna like slaughter your, bio. So just go ahead and tell everybody a little bit more about yourself other than, obviously I'm a huge fan.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much for having me too. I'm thrilled to be here. I love these types of forums. I love talking about spirit and all this good stuff. MaryAnn DiMarco. I'm a psychic medium, spiritual intuitive healer. I don't know, lots of bunch of different things. You can add them all in there. I've been seeing and hearing spirit since I was a little girl and just grew up knowing that I can talk to spirit, hear spirit, feel spirit around me. And I had a mom who just made it really normal for me. And so I never thought this was unusual. And it really wasn't until I was older that I finally found a class, this woman, Pat Longo, who finally taught me exactly what it was that I had been experiencing my whole life. I had never known how to deliver those messages or understand how to filter that information. So when I found this woman, it was like everything finally clicked into place. And I've been doing it ever since. And now I'm teaching others, and I love what I do.
So and how long have you been working professionally?
A little over 10 years.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so tell me about your children, because I know we've had this conversation, but they all don't know. And I'd love them to know a little bit more about you. And
I have a daughter and a son, and they are both very intuitive. I have a stepson who probably is, but probably doesn't want to acknowledge it very much. And I have a lovely husband, and they're both of my children have grown up for the most part seeing me do this. And so as a mom, I treat it just as I do how my mother taught me, which was that it's normal. And so I really try to teach them to tap into their own abilities, answer their own questions with their inner knowing and their intuition, of course, using our guides and loved ones and angels on the other side in order to do that, and to go forward through their life using these tools. They're learning through teenage years. Now one's in their 20s. So sometimes they take it, sometimes they don't. But for the most part, I think they're really learning how to find the normalcy in all of this. Right? I think yours too, right, Jean?
Yes. I mean, I love that you in all of this because
in all of this.
Yeah. Because this is a lot, right? Don't you?
This is like a whole, I talk to dead people kind of a thing, and it's okay. And so normalizing it, and we've had great people, be out there normalizing it for years, John Edward and, all of these great people that have been doing it. And I'm so grateful for them, because when I was thinking this is bizarre, I would look at somebody like him and say, well, he seems pretty normal. He's kind of like a normal guy. And I had always, what I took from that was to be yourself in all of this, to, be your own personality, really understand it in a way that feels comfortable for you. And that's what I teach my kids. And I think that that's what's made it kind of normal.
Yeah. Were you into all of the books when you were younger as well? Like that's all I was drawn to.
I was trying. I was very frustrated. My mom had brought me to spiritual classes with her. I learned about higher levels of consciousness and higher level masters at a very early age. And I thought that it helped me understand the bigger picture. Mm-hmm. I knew that I wasn't alone, and that it was really fun to address all of that. But I didn't and couldn't find anything that taught me how to execute those skills. I remember buying a tarot card book and thinking like, this is going to be my answer. And I just, all it did was confuse me more. And I read all the books that were out there, and it just got to the brink of how it may be done. But I never had a step-by-step until I started taking classes. And that's what really drove me to write my book too, was because I knew what it felt like to kind of not really understand how to tap in, but you had that knowing of something was going on. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to kind of give people what I thought was lacking when I was trying to start out and figure this all out growing up.
Yeah, I love that, because that's the yumminess. You can't find, like, you look for this rule book about yourself, right? Like, yeah, do you have the answers? Do you have the answers? And a little guideline is great, but then God really wanted you to, write your course and start delivering, and write your book and start sharing.
And I remember. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I love that you say that you're a medium mentor.
Mm-hmm.
Can you
Yeah.
dive in a little bit about that?
I can, you know, when I started to do this work and as my skills were revealing themselves more and more and my abilities were revealing themselves, my guides were getting louder and louder, I started to feel this urge to teach. And this was a while ago. And I knew someday that I would want to wake people up to their own light within. That was something that was really nudging at me. I always thought I was going to be a teacher in some way when I was little. I didn't think it was this stuff, but maybe I'd be teaching English somewhere or something. I didn't think I was going to be teaching mediumship, but it started to really nudge at me. And as the years went on, and really within the past couple of years, a lot of people just started coming to me asking me, can you please teach me how to do this? I know how to do this. And so that's where the mentorship started to come in, where it just felt like a natural progression of my abilities. And I sat with my guides and we talked about it. And I worked out a contract with them. I said, let's do this. And so I brought, you know, they bring people to me for that reason, and I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to do it. Jean, I think you'll relate to this, because I think people really need to understand what it carries when you do this work too, what it means to do this work, what it can do to your own energy and kind of the weight of it as well. And I think sometimes that's missed, you know, from what we see. So it gives me an opportunity to really explain in its entirety this work and what you can do with it.
Yeah, I like that you said that, because I always like to remind, I teach a healing class, and this is why I think, you know, we're so cool, because we both have like where they brought us, right? And so in that, I say it's a responsibility, right? So I take it very seriously. You have to show up fully embodied, and for your people, for your work.
Yes, the show up fully embodied. That's beautiful, and it's so true. And I think that what happens is that, and I've had this happen to a lot of students who either went somewhere else or just haphazardly started going out there and reading people, and then not really understanding the weight of a message, what it could carry for somebody else. I call it like the customer service of delivering a message, that we have to deliver message with care and compassion and concern, and the weight of what a message can bring to somebody, and how you have to be really detailed in your translation and understanding what you're giving over to that person. And are they having a takeaway? What is the message between the aha moments of messages? You know, we have all these details, and then what's the guidance in between, and finding that balance of what it can do to your energy. I remember when I first started out, I was so excited to do this work. I completely drained myself.
Yep.
You know, I booked too many people, said yes to everything. I just wanted to read because it was fascinating. And I finally had my answer. So I was like, this is the greatest. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. And I just went out there and I was like, blah, you know, it was just gone for the day. And I would get sick, you know, get bronchitis and all kinds of things that would that drain me out. So I had to learn about balance. And now I know it was a very necessary means to an end to teach, and to kind of teach people the correct way of doing things.
So what does your program look like? Can you give us like a detail of that?
Yeah, I have all kinds of workshops that I've been doing. I have a DIY sort of mentor program if you want to just do it for yourself. It's one-on-one time with me, my mentor programs. And then I have workshops that are inclusive, that if you're just starting out, or you've been in it for a little while, or you just don't know why you click the button, but you know you're supposed to be there for whatever reason, and all skill levels. And then it's a mentor program for somebody that really wants to, the medium part of it is somebody who really wants to look to do this work for a living or in their life on a daily basis. And it's all boutiqued and personalized because I channel everything.
Yes.
So it depends on who I'm talking to.
So, and is there like an application, like you obviously,
obviously.
Yeah,
you just go online and fill out the app. It's all on MaryAnnTheMedium.com, and you can see it all there.
Yeah.
But it's fun work. It's, I don't know, necessary, I think, right now too, to kind of really share that light as much as we possibly can with as many people as we can. And so I'm just grateful that people are into it and they're coming. I'm sure you're experiencing this as well. I find that we're at a moment where people really want to tap in. There's that veil is getting thinner and thinner, and that bubble up within us, we can't kind of ignore anymore. And so I'm finding that people are coming to the workshop saying, I don't know, I saw your name and I just thought, oh, I think I'm supposed to do this. And that's perfect, because I always tell them that's their first nudge. That's their first listening. They accepted guidance and they went with it.
Yeah, that's the, the rise of this energy, and
Sure.
the shift of, it is the time of the healer, and this real connection that we all have an innate ability to connect to spirit. And there are
Yeah.
certain ones that are meant to use it.
Mm-hmm. And it's exciting to teach people different techniques in order to do that, because I think we can get really fixated on what Claire we are.
Yes.
And we can sort of forget that we are born with the intuition, the light within us, the likeness of the universe and God, that we are meant to connect, and that it's actually far more natural than we give ourselves credit for. And if we can let go of some of the Claire stuff, or defining yourself in some way, you open yourself up to a bunch of modalities that you can use, meditation, writing, whatever it is that brings you to that connection, and just accepting the fact that your guides and your angels and your loved ones are there, right there. You have full access to them anytime you want.
So is this is teaching your favorite part now? Like, probably readings, like you said back.
I love reading.
Yeah,
I do. I love reading people. I'm amazed sometimes, because why reading people is so much fun, because I'm still shocked at what comes out. Like,
yeah.
like today I told a woman that I said, your grandmother's putting Entenmann's all over. I mean, I was tasting Entenmann's with this spirit. We were like eating really good stuff, and we were cracking up because it was resonating with her. I was having a fun time reading it, but my guides are pulling me into different areas and a lot more teaching. And I love that. I think it's just so exciting to see somebody think they can't do it, and then all of a sudden get information for somebody else, and then they freak themselves out. It's so much fun, because I remember feeling so apprehensive when I sat in a workshop for the first time, or class for the first time. I thought, oh gosh, these people are so experienced, they know what they're doing. And you come in with all that ego and question, and then just sort of be able to allow people to find their own validation and to go with it. Oh, it's great.
Yeah, tell us about Messy MaryAnn. We want to know, what was it like to show up to Pat Longo, who, if you guys don't know Pat Longo,
such a hot mess.
Go look her up.
Pat Longo's great. She's so much fun. She's a beautiful healer. I was going through a lot at that time. I was in the middle of a divorce, and I just lost my father-in-law, a terrible accident. It was very tragic. I was really kind of ripped apart. And I was supposed to have a reading with Teresa Caputo, actually. And my friend made the appointment wrong. So anyway, I couldn't go see her. And I wound up in this woman's house because everyone told me to go see her, because that's who Teresa sees. So I actually thought she was a medium at first. So I called her up, and I was like, should I bring a picture of somebody? Do you want like personal things? And she's like, I'm not a medium. She said, I am a spiritual teacher. I'm a healer. I am here to teach you your gifts. And I thought, oh, I think this is supposed to happen now. Everything told me, this is it. This is what you've been looking for. So I drove an hour from my house, and I sat in this woman's home, a little bit of a thing. And I told her everything, what I've been experiencing my whole life. And she was like, I think you're a medium. And she did a healing on me. I saw my father-in-law in a full apparition walk in front of me. He told me, you're ready now.
Right then and there?
That same day, she
you
did
were
that
ready.
healing on me. I was ready. And he said, you're ready now. I finally saw the third eye. I remember going to meditation classes with my mom being little, really straining very hard to see that third eye. Where is it? I finally saw a little lava lamp of color coming through, and she invited me to come to her classes. And I started reading right over there. But when I first walked into that first class, it was about 30 people in the class, and they had all been together for a while, and everybody was reading each other. And I just thought, what the heck is going on here? And then just in a couple of weeks, I started reading people. And it was fast and furious. It was fast and furious.
Must have felt like you were in Oz, in a whole new land, right?
It felt really, yes, it was outside of myself, but something that was so part of my soul that I couldn't deny it. It was sort of coming back home.
Yes.
To a place that I hadn't been in a long time. I was like, oh, this is what I know how to do. And it felt very natural to do it. And I'm just so grateful for that, especially that first year, because it was just awe-inspiring to me. And it was it's just such confirmation, I'm sure you've experienced that when you finally get to tap into that, you're like, oh, this is great. You should everybody on this call, you tap into it. Don't forget to do it.
Some of
Keep
them
doing
have
it.
done my Angel Healer program, and they have big abilities.
Oh
which I
yeah.
know you already saw Robin. Yes.
Yeah, Robin's total
Yeah.
healer. Susan's the psychic. You know, you
Yeah.
can kind of like, Susan, you're so psychic.
And Michael,
Yes,
ooh,
you are. She said no. Look at the denial. She says no.
Susan totally likes to say no, but yes,
Yeah,
yes,
but
she is.
it's okay, Susan.
Yep.
We'll believe it for you.
See, I love MaryAnn. She's showing you absolute truth. And that was my first encounter with
Angels
her.
all around her. Angels all around her. Do angel work. Yes. Look at her. Look
I
behind. She's like,
told you.
where? She's going where? Where are they? Where? I don't see them.
Oh no, I have one right in front of me. I know that. Yeah.
You're full of
I got
angels.
it.
So yeah, you know, you want to tap into those abilities. And what I always tell people is believe it. Believe that it's part of you. Never question. It's the ego that tells us that we're not allowed or that we're not good enough. And you have to give yourself permission and allow that light to flow out of you. Uncork yourself. Let it be. Because once you do, there'll be no denying it ever again. And the life transformation that comes along with it is it's profound, really.
I remember going to see John Edwards live and watching how he worked, and I never took a class. The angels, I just learned everything from my angels and guides, but they brought me to watch him and to witness like what he would do, and in his delivery, how he would stay with a tone and he wouldn't take it back, because I kept taking their denial or their no's back, and it was crushing me. And so he delivered it, he mirrored it right back to them.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, that was a life-changing moment for me.
Do you remember him on Crossing Over?
Yes. I was
so I would watch Crossing Over. I remember watching Crossing Over. This is way before I took classes. And I looked at him and I said, I pointed at the TV like a strange, I don't know what was coming over me. I mean, I know now. And I looked and I said, oh, I can do that. I'm supposed to do that. And I remember him saying, nope, listen to what I'm saying to you. Nope. He would, you know, really, like you say, mirroring it back and just making them really understand and hear the words. And sure enough, a lot of the style in which he reads comes and floods back with me, because you just know with such conviction that you're delivering, you know, the right message. And maybe your interpretation, you know, can be changed up and formulated in a different way. But for the most part, you just have that inner knowing of when you're delivering. And I've just been told and taught, don't ever question that. I always trust what Spirit's showing me.
I think that's what I took away from our meeting when I first met you, was the utter confidence that you hold, and like what they show you is absolute. And you just were saying it to the people, and I was watching you and I'm like, I love that. It's so point on and so beautiful. And it's received so well when it comes like that too.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, when I used to question.
Thank you. Tell us more about that. Cause that's.
Yeah. I mean, I absolutely would question. I knew I could always connect, right? So I always knew that I was a psychic medium. I knew it because I had evidentiary proof for myself, right? So I'm driving in the car one day and I hear, pull over, there's going to be an accident. And I say it out loud, pull over, there's going to be an accident, like a robot. And I pull over, and then the accident took place right in front of me. Giving people information through advice, and I just thought it was pretty opinionated friend, but knowing that that advice was true. Seeing a hazy death on somebody, didn't know what that was, and then they died the next day, and I understood what I saw. My guides have been showing me what I'm capable of doing my entire life. So when I finally figured out the skill set and how to hear them, because I had shut it out, and because it was I couldn't figure it out. I never then questioned what it was until I started reading professionally. And then I got nervous and I started questioning. And every single time I questioned, it's really trial and error, Jean. Every single time I questioned, I got myself in trouble. And my guides were like, what are you doing? Don't question. And what I figured out was what that taught me was that questioning, it taught me about frequency, reading from different frequencies, adjusting to somebody's energy to the sitter that I am reading, and understanding where their energy is coming from. So all it did was enhance my skills in a better way once I stopped questioning, put it in its place, and then understood how to make it all work, where I'm just in tune a little bit better.
I love that, because I think it's really important for everyone listening to know that you start someplace, right? And you are messy. You are going to question. You are going to have self-doubt.
Totally. Yes, absolutely. And I don't think we're humans.
Yes.
Right. So remember, yeah, we're spiritual beings, but we are having a human experience. And so we are inundated with doubt and fear and ego and questioning. That's what we do. What the trick is to take your spiritual toolkit 101 and use that to work through those moments. We can't bypass them. They're going to come back. And believe me, I have readings that sit with me still. And I go, oh, I hope that was good. I hope that was okay. I hope it resonated. Right. And it happens all the time. And I honor that moment, just like a reading that went perfectly, just like that. You have to honor both, because without the contrast, you can't kind of work on understanding where it comes from, or how to deliver a message differently, or really feeling it within. So it's okay to be doubtful. You just want to be able to resort back to what you know and work through that. That's the trick, I think, to kind of always go back and know that you have that innate knowing, that intuitive ability. You will never question it. That answer is there somewhere, and your guides and your angels are going to give it to you. They'll never leave you stranded, ever.
No. And I always like to tell my students too, like, your body, like, if it's in your body can't lie, right? If you're inside, if you are dropping inward, you're good. If it's the moment you hit the head and you are outside and looking for the reassurance, that's when it's going to get,
because you can't always wait for validation too. If you've been to my group readings, if you're doing group readings, or you're doing a big healing, or you're doing something like this, quite honestly, you're not always prepared to hear quick validation. And so sometimes you just have to keep going with that knowing, and leave somebody with that information, allow them to process it. And then you have to kind of move on, because you never know when spirit's coming in like this, you might not have time to have conversation about it all with everyone. So you sort of leave them with the information and you go.
Are you doing group readings now, MaryAnn? I want in.
I'm not doing live ones.
Darn. Are you doing virtual ones?
I'm working on understanding how to have a lot of people on virtual. So I actually want to sit in a class sit in with somebody's event first. I have a friend of mine who's doing one that's probably going to have a nice big draw. And then I just sort of want to see how it works with Zoom. Yes. And then I'll probably do one. I'm doing workshops, and I am doing a automatic writing workshop that I've opened up to more people. So hopefully that'll give me some sort of an idea of how I'm doing. I mean, I'm constantly reading in my workshops. I read everybody, but with a lot of people, I want to see. I keep wanting to like swipe you guys, because that's how the Zoom would be if I was reading people. I'd have to swipe and go to somebody and feel drawn to them, but it can't be done. I think John Edward just did a big one.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So
well,
it can be done. I will definitely let you know. Oh, thank you. Yeah. It'll be fun.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
I miss groups.
People. It's group. Because you need the energy, and then having all of that love come through also just fills you and feeds you, right?
Fun. There's so much fun. And to hear all that energy in the room, not only the people that are sitting there, but all of the loved ones that they brought with them. And, sort of being able to kind of just be drawn to people and get to as many people as you can. See, this work is fun too.
So you do readings all over the world. And so is it one person? Do you do more than one at a time? What is your?
I do one-on-one, and I will allow 2 people in a reading.
Okay.
Since Zoom, I find that to work better virtually.
Yep.
I used to have 3 in the office, but quite honestly, it can be draining. So because I'm really so focused so much on the people that are in that room, I'm trying to give them as much information. I used to do small groups at people's houses and things like that. That was fun too. But I don't get a chance to do that anymore. So yeah, they're mostly one-on-one or 2 people.
Well, because you have a wait list, girl.
It's closed. So I wound up having this wait list. Yeah. Are you guys, as a show, who is looking to like start reading and work with people outside of, doing readings and things like that? And are you booking readings now? Starting to? Good. You will. I'm shaking her head no, but you will. Imagine that. Somebody said to me once, imagine the calendar filled.
Mm-hmm.
So manifestation, right? Because I was like, is anybody even going to call? I never thought I would do it at this capacity. I just thought this would be fun. And so people started to ask me, oh, can you read me? Can you read me? So I thought, all right, yeah. And so I had a friend of mine who said to me, picture, you remember the old fashioned, whatever, desk calendars? Remember when people had desk calendars and we didn't swipe things? That. And I bought one. I bought a real one, and I imagined it with my guides filled up. I want you guys to do that, who's looking to make appointments. Okay. And sure enough,
Robin,
is that your name? Because your name's not up. Robin, you do that.
yes.
And imagine it just getting my healers out there, whoever's out there too, looking to do this work in some way. Picture it, make that contract with your guides, ask them to bring you the right people for the greater good of all concerned, the people who really need your messages, that you will fill you up with light as well. And then picture their names on your calendar. And when I did that, sure enough, the phone calls started happening. And now I have, I don't know, maybe it's like 5 years long, but I closed the list. So, but that's where we're at there. That's how I started out getting appointments, all word of mouth.
Nice.
Yeah, manifest that. You got to manifest it.
Can you, I don't know if you can do this, but could you walk us through what it would be like, since the wait list is 5 years? Could you walk it through, like how would it look to sit with you, and what would you do first? Would you, whatever.
Yeah, it depends on the reading. So a psychic medium reading, depending on the vibration of the room and where spirit takes me, I will either be giving you life path information. I will be speaking to your loved ones on the other side, or I could be speaking directly to your guides, because I see guides as well. So I'll be defining your guides and working on what it is that they have in store for you together, collectively, team effort in your life. And then I do past life readings as well. Those are a joy and a fun, where I walk you through a past life and I walk through the meditation with you. So I get to channel your past life along with you, and we look at it together. Those are fun. And then I do motivational readings, which is, again, all about life path and channeling and what you yourself can do within your own service. And then I do medium mentor readings as well, which is about enhancing your own mentor skill, your medium skills. Those I don't have a long wait list for. The only one that I have a closed wait list are the psychic medium readings. That's what I do. And I do chakra balances and healings.
Wow.
Change it up. Keep it all interesting. Got to change it up.
Girl's got a lot of offerings.
It's fun.
And are you working on a new book? This
Yes.
feeling it out of you?
I am working on a new book. Fingers crossed that it gets picked up. But yeah, I'm working on a proposal currently, so we'll see.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh, and I am working on an ebook. That's definitely coming out. So I'm working on an ebook. We'll see when that gets done. And it's about everything we're talking about here. Your own gifts, tapping in, using your own abilities, all that fun stuff.
Amazing.
How's your book going?
Good. It's out, and I just finished recording the audiobook, which
it's so much fun.
I don't know that I would say that was fun.
Well, that's not fun, but I'm glad you did it. See, I did not record my own book, and I should have.
Yes.
I should have done that. So I'm glad you did that.
It was one of the biggest challenges I've ever done, because I'm dyslexic, and I also, when I was a kid, I was in speech. So I have a reverse swallow.
Mm-hmm.
So like literally it was so painful. I would cry on my way home. I'd be like, really, why are you having me do this? But I'm so thrilled that it's done. And they brought me to the right studio, because the guy that owned the studio was so he was so easeful and just so helpful. So you know how that works. It was meant to be, and it was great.
Yep. I love that you did that. I went to speech too when I was a kid. Maybe it's a medium thing.
It must be. We'll have to talk. We're going to talk a little bit more about this.
Yeah. You want to know why I didn't do my own audiobook? Because I thought my New York accent was too harsh. So I didn't have the time. They gave me like last minute, and I hear myself, and this is what I sound like, I think I talk a little bit more than I actually do. So I didn't do it. Next time I'm doing it.
And
Next time I'm doing it.
Your people want you. They want to hear you.
It's fun. But I didn't do it. I'm going to do it next time.
Oh my gosh. This has been so much fun. You're like a wealth of yumminess.
Oh, right back at you. This is a lovely group too. You all have such beautiful energy. You're so you're listening so intensely. I love that.
So why don't you guys unmute as long as your house is quiet. And if you have a question, a good juicy question to ask MaryAnn.
Ask me about your abilities, what it is you want to work on. Go there with me, and I will not think you're crazy. I promise.
Opportunity. Come on, guys. It's here.
Let's do it.
Are you saying ask about ourselves or you?
No, you can ask me anything you want. Well, if you have a question about me, you can ask about me, or you want to ask about your own skill set, whatever it is, you can ask away.
Okay, so I've been doing readings for a while, but like I limit myself to like 2 a week, just because I have another job. But so I guess, in my opinion, I want to take more classes to like really hone in on my mediumship skills. And, you know, I love some of what you were talking about, like, you know, being able to hone in on someone else's like different energies. So, you know, I think that's really cool. I don't know if you could offer any more.
Yeah. For when I looked at you, I said, oh, she's going to talk about frequency work. And really understanding mediumship up here. Okay. When we read psychically, we are right in here, very much tuning into that person's energy. When I read intuitively, so like your guides, more about that, they kind of span it out for me in this way. Understanding how to tap into the right frequency I always explain it as when you're first learning it, it might feel like a pause in your reading. So it could freak you out a little bit where you think you're going to hear crickets. But in actuality, they're just asking you to either raise the vibration and make that more mediumship connection. If you're not hearing anything up here, don't strain to be there. So mediums automatically psychic's not necessarily a medium. So bring yourself back down to that psychic energy, because they might need to hear life path stuff before they are prepared to hear from their mother who's lost, right? That they lost. And so I always trust the scheduling of the reading, the style of the reading, up to the guides and the energy of the person that I'm reading. Sometimes, Robin, it can even start within the pre-speech that you give to somebody, you know, when you're first sitting down with them, when you're explaining how you read, and you might find that changes. You know, we all can have a little script before we start reading somebody. Like I usually tell people, I only see good. I'm not here to see negative. I read from the light. I don't get things that I'm not a medical background, but I do get things that go on in the body. But that might change based on the person's energy. And so you might find yourself saying something different in those moments, and they're already preparing you. You can also, before you're reading, ask, where do I belong? What is it that I should be listening to? What frequency? And they'll start to give you information beforehand, like a pre-interview almost, for you to kind of understand where you need to be frequency wise. Your readings are going to increase. And so I like the pace, just paused for a moment, because they really want to teach you that frequency. But then all of a sudden you're going to take off like gangbusters, and then you're going to have some choices to make.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Did that answer your questions? That resonate with you?
Absolutely. Yes.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Glad. You're welcome.
Hi, MaryAnn.
Oh, hi. All right. So I have Michael and Karina.
Yeah.
Okay. So Karina, and then I'll come to Michael. What do you have for me, Karina?
So because I saw you on Saturday, and
Karina. Hi, Karina.
Me again.
Yeah, I know who you are.
Yeah.
Hi, love.
I just want validation from my guides. I'm looking for that because so many of my gifts have come online in a very short amount of time. And I'm looking for validation that mediumship is something that I want me to continue exploring.
Did you get any type of sign that you shouldn't?
No.
That's your sign. So when you put signs out there, accept what they gave you the first time. When you keep asking, it means you're not trusting them. And do you ever see the picture of the guardian angel who just goes like this? Like, this is what our guardian angel. I always picture my guides doing that when I'm not listening to them, and I've asked them over and over again. They're like, girl, we told you. Like they're like in here, like there's like they're done with me. They like push me on, and then it's silence because they're saying to me, I gave you that answer already. You don't need it. So that's just you questioning what you already know to be true within yourself, Karina. So yes is the answer. You are to be doing mediumship, and yes, kick it into high gear. Absolutely. Okay. So trust them. I always tell people, how many times are you going to ask for the feather? They showed you a bird. They came in, they dumped a bunch of feathers on your head. I mean, you saw the picture of the feather. And I have people go, I don't know. I don't know if that was actually it. I don't know. And I'm like, what more do you need? So Billy, is that you? Because I keep looking at you saying it. Don't question your signs, love. Go with them because they're happy to show it to you. They just don't want to have to work overtime for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Right? Michael.
Hi, MaryAnn.
Hi.
And hi, Jeannie.
Hi, honey.
So I've been studying with Jeannie for just about a year, and I'm enrolled in her Angel Healer Mastery program, which is just getting started, and I'm really excited about it.
Yay.
So just recently, in the last couple of months, I started doing readings and energy healing professionally, and getting that going as a side hustle, which is really going really well. So what's been happening in the readings is for readings, it really has started as sort of like, you described it as life path reading, and that I think describes it perfectly. And I start with tarot cards and I end with angel cards, and with some, and it really just depends on the client's question, right? But with some clients, like, I think it's 6 o'clock and I think, okay, at 8 o'clock I have a reading with so-and-so. And then all of a sudden I get a name in my mind, Jerry, 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 you know, and then I sit with the client and I say, who's Jerry? And they say, oh, I had an Uncle Jerry and he passed away 5 years ago this week. You know, like things like that have not been happening every time, but the message that I'm getting is mediumship is next. And I'm working with Jeannie on that, but I'm just looking for anything that you have to say about that.
When they start to push that next frequency up, remember that when you are learning a new skill set, it's only going to enhance the ones that you were doing. And so just like I was saying to Robin, they're starting to show you what you're capable of doing. And then you need to understand that's exactly what I was talking about, Robin, that pregame, that prep work that they give you, right? They're saying, Jerry's coming through. Jerry's hanging out. I've had people who start talking to me way before the reading. And so that what's going to happen is they're going to start bringing you people that want medium readings, and your schedule will start to fill up. So what you might want to do is start to decipher the difference in your readings. So maybe they're signing up for a particular type of reading so that you can even understand more the frequency, because if you're offering a lot of different things, sometimes it's just easier to differentiate between them so that people know what they're signing up for. And then you'll know when you have to put your medium hat on. And I've been saying Jean the whole time, and I always mean to say Jeannie. I'm so sorry.
You're good. You're good.
You should have told me. So that's what I would do. I would definitely allow them to keep showing you that, and practice that medium frequency. If it pops up naturally, and you'll feel the shift, Michael. So all of a sudden you'll say you're doing some life path stuff with somebody, and then you feel like somebody's walking in the room, or you stop talking because you're like, wait a minute, something is going on here. There's something that feels different here in this room, right? So you want to make sure that you bring that in. And so you'll find that you raise that vibration. So you could be doing a lot of different things in one reading. Sometimes I do it all in one reading.
Funny that you're going like that, because that's exactly how it feels to me. It feels like it's right here on the side.
It's over here. So I read like a family tree is how I read. So I'm seeing mother's side of the family on one side, dad's side of the family on the other, to your side contemporaries, and below you children and pets. Okay, so you want to make sure that where they're taking you, there's some rhyme or reason, because remember, if you start to do big groups, or you get a lot of, even if you're doing like 10 people in a room, they're bringing all their people with them. So they're all yelling at you at once. You're in control, right? With your guides. So you have to have some sort of order. Another thing that I do is I create a waiting room. So you could take them one by one. if it's getting a little loud for you. And this is for empaths as well, or if spirit is just popping up in the middle of the night on you and you just don't even know what to do about it yet. You are in charge. You can put velvet ropes up. So I get a little poshy and I put my velvet ropes up, VIP only, right? So have a little fun with that, because you can create with your imagination. And of course, that's our frame of reference. Our guides are using that along with us. And you can create scenarios that allow you to have a little bit more control. So if I'm doing a large group and everybody's yelling at me at once, I create a barrier around. I tell my guides one at a time. Then I feel the pull to go to somebody. So I don't know if sure a lot of you feel that pull or that need to say something to somebody. Like you just can't not spit it out. That's that pull, psychic pull. And then there's some order to how you're doing. And that's where they're taking you, Michael. They're going to start to create, and Jeannie's going to show you, they're going to start to create this beautiful structure for you that allows you to work as a team. So it becomes a beautiful team effort. Okay. Do a little bit more grounding and protecting, please.
Yes.
Okay. You need to just, I need you just a little bit. You take flight from me a lot. So you need to kind of do a little bit more grounding. Sometimes that's at night, you know, you're like way up here for me, which can be great for dream and, you know, but try and just have them bring you down just a little bit so you don't wake up drained.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
I hope
Thank
that
you
resonates.
so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
You. Yes, it does. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, this is unbelievable.
Wow.
Right?
Did I
Yes.
keep calling you Jean the whole time?
Well,
it's only because I always call you Jean Street.
That's okay. The funny thing is that my mom says my name is Jean Marie, but I've always gone by Jeannie. And
your mother's channeling through me today, because I did not. I
She's
was like,
like
Jean Street.
But my son is like, I don't even know who you are. Who are you? Jeannie, Jean Marie. Yeah.
You be whoever you want. You be whoever you want.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Michael, I love that. Was such great information for you. Just
really,
amazing.
really great.
Michael, are you doing planetary? Are you doing planetary stuff? I know this is a little wooey, but you really okay. You really you raise high vibration, my friend.
It's moon stuff. I'm doing manifesting with the moon, with the phases of the moon.
Go recharge in the moon. Okay, good. So we've had weird moon stuff. So make sure you're recharging. Okay. Okay, good. Questions.
Right, who's next?
Oh, come on, we could do it. Billy, come on. I know you have a question. You're holding back.
I know, right? I know, Billy.
Come on, Billy.
She's calling.
Come on, Billy.
Come on, girl. You got to do it.
I promise I won't think it's crazy. No one?
I don't really have a question. Jeannie, I'm working with Jeannie too. I'm doing one-on-one coaching. I did the Angel Healers with Jeannie.
Great.
So
can I share something with you?
Absolutely, please.
Your words to other people, whatever advice you give to somebody, your words are your healing gift. Can you mother me, please? Can I come sit?
There's another feather.
The way you speak to people is,
magic.
I actually get emotional. That's how beautiful your energy is. You speak directly from God. I don't think I've ever said that in that way, but the way you speak is pure light, even if it's tough.
And it's interesting because what Jeannie and I are working on is that I do it all the time, like in some cases effortlessly, but to make it a thing, I'll call it, like to be accountable for it. There's that word, Jeannie.
Yeah.
To have it be what I do and how I come to people in a formal way is makes me feel a lot of pressure. So I'm working.
So don't allow yourself to be in your own personality, whoever you are. Yes, we want to step outside of the comfort zone. Absolutely. We want to be a little uncomfortable, but you should always have your own style and your own personality coming through. So if you call yourself a spiritual life coach, let's say for argument's sake, right? And you allow that to be who you are, not that I'm channeling for you at all, Billy, right? That's you. That's you. And you can define that in any way that you want. You could define that in any way that you want. The fact of the matter is that where it's coming from is pure light. That's love coming through you. And people are blessed to receive it. You have to keep doing that. You also have great energy for helping people in deep, deep need. Really deep need. They're struggling, they've had trauma, maybe it's addiction, I'm not really sure, but there's something there for me where if I'm a lost soul, I'm looking to see what you have to say. Okay.
Thank you.
All of this.
Do that work.
MaryAnn, incredible. Like this just so validating, Billy.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Good. I'm so glad it resonates because
Yes,
it's really a pleasure to
100%.
read it. It's absolutely beautiful energy that you have.
I'm
going on
bubbling
there.
up overjoyed right now.
It's
Thank you.
I'm gonna check in on you, Billy. You're not gonna get away from me. So
Thank you so much.
you're welcome. Who else?
Hi, I'm Maggie.
Maggie Di Pasquale.
Of course, yes. I have a quick question. You talked about making a contract with your guides, and I've never really heard that before. And I feel like I sometimes have a fear of success and that I don't have the trust that the guides have my back. So I like the idea of making a contract.
Contracts are fun. You want to get to the root of the fear, right? So that could be past life type of stuff that you can delve into with your guides. That's always a fun thing to do. And until you get to that point, you know, either you do a regression or you could do meditation, understand where the fear of success is coming. I feel like you were part of the Great Depression at one point, where you had high success and then lost it. And so I think that that's where you have a fear. Redefine your success. So don't allow that old trauma to come back and play into this trauma. It's all past life stuff for me. Okay. And so when you do that cord cutting, have you heard of cord cutting, Maggie?
Sure have, yep.
Yeah, it resonates with me for you. So I figured you did. So do that work with that, write a new story. And I don't know if you follow Jay Shetty, but Jay Shetty talks about replaying your role, remaking your role. So I want you to sit down with your guides and you can all do this. There's a temple meditation that you can do. And we always want to ascend in meditation. And I'm sure Jeannie teaches you guys what you need to do there, right? So get yourself into your meditation, however it is for you. I always ascend through the chakras or I picture a staircase or whatever, a mountain. Climb it, go up. And then you could picture 2 doors there and you create a temple. And this is where you're going to meet your guides. Okay. And so you go in and you put 2 seats in front of there and you work it out. You hash it out. I used to see death as a kid and smell illness. I told my guides, I'll do this work, but I'm not doing that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever show me that again. That's not cool. I don't like worldly premonitions. I dreamt about 9/11 before it happened. I had no idea what that meant. Please don't show me that. And it's all because they were teaching me my boundaries. That's why they showed it to me in the first place. It came up when I was, learning how to do this and understood about boundaries, and I incorporated it into my contract. It is ever revising. Every time they want me to do something else or I'm being presented an opportunity, I go back in and I say, all right, let me talk to as many people as I can, protect my children and my marriage, right? Or, there's always something that I add in there. So you can do that.
So do you think it's like writing it down too?
You can totally write. If you are a list maker, as you are, and you like dot pointing things, do that, Yes, dot point is, remember what I said like I was saying to Billy, use your personality as your superpower. Use your anxiety as your superpower. Use your fear as use it all to get to your answer. They're meant to be there. And so when we resort back to that, you will trust your guides wholeheartedly, Maggie. You won't even question because they will start to show you the steps that you need to take to have it all unfold. Manifestation is the thought process to getting to your goal. It's the action when we see what it is they're laying out in front of us that allows us to achieve that goal. That's the free will part of it. That's where we mess up in manifestation because we think it's supposed to be magical and they're just going to show us. And miracles happen every day. They absolutely do. But we have to remember that this is a team effort. Does that resonate? And Maggie, you can even remember, be the CEO of your contract, of your spiritual practice. You are the CEO. I love that for you. And so go in there and take charge. You know how to do it. Nobody messes with you anyway. So I don't know why you would allow your guides to mess with you. Don't let them get to you. You treat it just like everything else. Go in there with your good, strong attitude and don't be fearful. I promise you they have your back. Okay. Honor the fear. Honor it. Don't push it away, but work through it.
Can I
use
ask
the
a
tools to
follow-up
work through it.
in there? So you
Yes, of
said
course.
the anxiety and the fear and all the stuff we all have, that's a teacher or something you said in there, like go into it. What did you mean by that?
It means don't ignore it, honor it. So usually, you know, with ego, I'll be like, I see you over there, fear. You go, all right, I acknowledge you, but I have the tools and the power to walk through that. Gives you back your control. When we cave into it or we feed it, it gets bigger. Then we scenario cook, then we make it even worse. If we can honor anxiety as energy, we then recognize that we're about to receive answers, questions, guidance. So instead of it instead of it being anxiety, it's saying, oh, I'm supposed to pause and listen. What's going on in this space right now? It teaches the empath to stop and protect themselves, to separate somebody else's energy from their own, right? So all of these are our learning skills. There are tools that we use to bring into our lives, some of them not as pleasant as the other, but all very, very necessary to get to our answers that we need for progression. Okay? You'll do great, Maggie.
Thank you. And
you're gonna kick fear's butt.
Thanks. I feel like I'm at like the last part of it, not the last, because it's always unfolding different layers of learning. But I was like, this feels like a past life thing, I thought this morning. I was like, I've done all the, stuff I can do.
That's them.
Yeah. Oh.
That's them saying to you, this is a past life thing, right?
And I went, yes, in my head.
Yeah. And you go, oh yeah, it's gotta be a past life thing. Then you sit with me and I go, well, your guides are saying it's a past life thing.
I heard you say, sorry, go on.
And so that's them. So they're showing you that validation that you need for trust. Do you see? And so allow for that. Now you've got it. Don't keep questioning. Like I said to Billy, how many feathers are they going to throw at you? Right? So now you say, all right, well, obviously this is past life thing. I have to pay attention to it. Okay. Definitely depression stuff.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Questions? How are we doing, Jeannie?
I am like blown away. You are incredible.
Are you having fun?
Yes, I'm having
people. These are
much
really
fun.
good questions. These are fun questions.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So honoring this fear thing is interesting to me. There's some things I'm so mad confident about and don't have any questions about, and no one can tell me that I can't do certain things, right?
That's right.
But it's this world of the unknown that I'm kind of walking in, journeying into, that where the fear just sits on my back. And I was wondering if you could talk a little bit more in depth about.
Absolutely. Fear is, it's ingrained in us as human. It's taught to us. It's a feeling that I think was also given to us to really understand our place in the world and understand the things that we have to work through. So for me, it's very necessary. And I learned a long time ago not to feed it as much as work with it. So I don't try and fight it as much as I used to anymore. A great thing that you can do, Billy, especially when you're coming up on new chapters and you're turning a page and you're trying new things and it makes you apprehensive and nervous, is I want you to write down, and you can automatic write, which would be channeling from your guides, automatically putting the information down. But you can write at the top of the page, what would I achieve if I didn't have fear attached to whatever it is that you're working on? And the story that you start to tell yourself is ever changing. Right now, it doesn't sound like a fearful person. Now it sounds like that person that has all that confidence. What your guides are showing you is the alternative reality to what it is, what's really going on. We own fear, and then we base the reality off of that fear. What we haven't learned, or what we have forgotten really, and what we are reminding ourselves, is that we have the power to change the reality of our situation. We just have to see it in contrast sometimes. And so that's why I like that exercise, because it gives you a new storyline. It gives you a different perspective. Then that's what you start to put out into the universe, and that's what the universe starts to receive. Then it manifests itself in a beautiful way. You're protected. The timeline is perfection because you're leaving it up to the universe, and you have no worries about it. Your fear dissipates. You'll have apprehension. You'll be outside of the box, all that. But when you can see the contrast in the stories, your guides are more than happy to allow that energy to change, because the universe responds. It doesn't respond to negative or positive. It just responds. So we have that power to put out light, positivity for it. Honoring the fear. I see you. I'm not gonna get rid of it, because within that dark, we can see the light. We appreciate the light. Now you walk away without expectation, so there's no room for disappointment, and you walk away with tons of gratitude. Right? And does that help? Does that resonates, right? It took me a long time to learn that, Billy, because I thought I can't be afraid. I can't be afraid. I should be tough. I should be able to get through whatever or figure this out. No, be afraid, honor it. Just work through it and see the story that you can tell yourself or create with the energy that's around you. That's far more powerful than your fear.
That's great. Thank you.
Good. You're welcome.
That's a huge practice. I love that.
That's a tough one. That takes, because it's so part of us, and it'll rear its ugly head. But then what happens is we get the tools, and then we know how to handle it each time, and it becomes a little bit more automatic. We get it because it can lay itself in so many different places.
So you actually have a training that's coming up, right? That you're launching soon.
Yeah, everything's on. Everything's online. I have dates into December right now for workshops. I don't think they're all, I think October might be a little tough, but I'm not sure. But there's 2 in November and 2 in December. And my calendar is open for mentor programs and for past life, chakra balance, motivational, and forgot the other one I do. Mentor readings.
Can you tell everybody where to find you on social media and give your website one more time?
You can find me at MaryAnn the Medium on Instagram and Facebook, and MaryAnnTheMedium.com is my website, and all of my information is on my website, and there's links on my Facebook and my Instagram, and you are all welcome to come and join me on all of them.
Yes, definitely. Go hang out with MaryAnn. Check out her
hang
offerings.
with me. Come hang with me.
How about a big round of applause? And I'm so grateful that you were here and what you offered everybody. Just thank you.
Thank you. You guys were great. You guys are really, I love the questions and I love the energy. And Jeannie, you're doing just absolutely beautiful work. The light that you're giving people. And I love, I know we haven't met, we met each other briefly here and there. And I just want to say that your light that you give off to people is just so beautiful. And I know that your students receive that beautiful gift from you. And so I'm grateful. Thank you, because to meet another light worker that puts out the light that you do makes me so happy.
Thank you,
and you're so generous and inclusive because and I know that in this world of psychic mediums and stuff, it's a weird little selective world, isn't it, for some? Yeah. And the fact that you open yourself up and invite me into your space today, I'm very, very grateful for that. So thank you.
Yeah, I would love to do more of this. Are you kidding me?
Sure. It's fun, right? You guys were wonderful. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes. Well, thank you again. And thank you guys. You know what I know, because angels don't lie. I hope you all have a beautiful night.
When she smiles at you, she'll say,